All right, so the Copperbelt Expo is a platform that has been developed to bring light to the numerous investment opportunities and potentials that the region has to offer, and that would work hand in hand with the mine. So this year's Expo is running under the theme Sustainable Development through Green Inclusions, and we discuss more with Reprographix Zambia Sales and Development Director and the GROW LINKS Zambia Head of Sales and Marketing. So Kirstan Lewis, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. So you are the Reprographix Sales and Development Director, correct?
Correct.
All right. So my first question here, how does the Expo help Copperbelt SMEs in a bid to foster growth? Excuse me, that was not the question. The question is, tell us more about Reprographix.
Well, thank you for that. Reprographix is a Zambian-owned organization. We've been in business for over 25 years. And we've grown over the years. Now we have 4 branches across Zambia, 2 in Lusaka actually, but we are based in Lusaka, Kitwe, Livingston and Solwezi, providing office solutions to many of the Zambian businesses and organizations across all verticals, from mining, education, agriculture, transportation. We're able to provide office solutions to all these organizations across these different markets.
I remember that. You did my business cards, I think.
Okay. I hope they were good quality.
They were. I was impressed. I was quite happy.
Okay, we do have Hellen Mulenga Banda from GROW LINKS Zambia. She is joining us remotely. Hellen, good morning. How are you doing? All right, we can't seem to get you, Hellen. Maybe you could just unmute your mic.
My mic is unmuted.
Okay, all right.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you for joining us, Hellen. Let's just begin firstly from the Expo. And I would like to find out, how does the Expo help Copperbelt SMEs in a bid to foster growth and value addition? Let's just begin from there as we continue with the rest of the interview.
Thank you very much. The Business Expo enhances partnerships between big corporates and small corporates, between government entities and private entities. So it does bring a shift into how business is done, and it also gives just a boost to the many efforts and many strides that other associations and other entities and government bodies are trying to put in place to foster a thriving economy to the Copperbelt.
And let's talk about some of the, obviously, the organizations or institutions that will be present here at the Copperbelt Expo 2022. And we have Reprographix here. They're coming on board the Copperbelt Business Expo. How will their partnership influence the business at the Expo?
Okay, great. Thank you. So besides Reprographix, there are many business entities and corporates that have come on board. But indeed, Reprographix coming on board is a huge stride for us in that we are trying to foster partnerships, or rather liaisons or linkages between the already established and big entities and the small and upcoming, or what we refer to as SMEs on the Copperbelt. So I think it's really a huge stride for us to have Reprographix on board, and it's really a step in the right directions. We hope that going forward, Reprographix will incorporate the small and upcoming printing houses and also see how they will work together.
All right. Now, Kirstan, coming back to you, we understand that you've been in existence for 25 years now. That's Reprographix, of course. What are some of the products and services that make Reprographix unique and have a competitive edge over other companies?
Yeah, I think that over the years we've grown, and we've been known to do a lot of printing, but now we provide a lot of other services. Number one being outsourced printing. We now are able to provide devices on rental service and completely outsource the printing environment to Reprographix to allow businesses, small SMEs, to focus on what they're good at. But looking at the global trends on sustainability, our focus over the last couple of years, especially expedited by the pandemic, has been helping organizations actually go paperless and improve on their automation and the processes in how they run their organizations. So if you look at how signatures are signed in most organizations in Zambia, it's paper-based. They have big archival records being kept in the back. You know, we're able to digitize those processes. We're able to ensure that management can approve documents, whether they're at the office or not, allowing SMEs to be more productive, more efficient, and allowing Zambian businesses to be more competitive at the end of the day. And this is where we see the future, and this is how we want to help Zambian organizations become more efficient by digitizing these processes, automating these processes, allowing us to compete on a global level.
Now, Reprographix is coming on board the Copperbelt Business Expo, but tell us from the beginning, really, why did you get on board the Copperbelt Expo?
You know, I think that it's a lot to do with creating awareness. You know, a lot of businesses, like you said, know Reprographix for printing cards or printing T-shirts, but we provide much more than that. We have a big value offering to many of the companies in the Copperbelt. As I mentioned, we do have a branch in the Copperbelt. So I think us coming on board is to create more awareness for these businesses. We can help you. We can help you automate. You know, I think that for a very long time we've been focusing on using different Windows applications and doing a lot of printing. Yes, we can help you with that, but the future is going to be paperless. It creates efficiencies, and we're coming to this expo to create awareness, see some of the other partners, so that we can work together to help Zambian businesses grow and become more effective, and ultimately that will lead to the development in Zambia as a nation.
When it comes to the Copperbelt Expo, what are your expectations as Reprographix? Of course, also falling under the theme, which is more going green. You also mentioned going paperless. So
Correct.
What other expectations do you have?
I think the expectations is to meet with some of the businesses in the Copperbelt, let them know a little bit about what's new at Reprographix, how we can help them. You know, we have identified many challenges that we've mentioned earlier that we are seeing in most Zambian businesses. How can we help alleviate those challenges? How can we make businesses more effective? How can we meet some of the other technology partners so that, you know, we can work together? I think there's a proverb that goes, you know, if you want to go somewhere fast, go alone. But if you want to go somewhere far, you should go together. And as Zambians and Zambian businesses and technology organizations, we need to work to ensure that Zambian businesses become more effective so that we can go far in the long run.
Let me engage Helen here. Helen, I'd like to find out how effective do you think these partnerships will be when we get to see this kind of interactivity from the Copperbelt Business Expo?
I think the effectiveness of these partnerships is guaranteed in that these are people that are coming together to have an interface, to talk about their challenges and just sink into how business can be done forward. I think that it's undoubtedly so that even in the past, it's easier to actually sit and chart the way forward when you are together in a forum and you obviously chart the way forward and you always give checks and balances to each other. I think we speaking from experience, we've seen such ventures blossom into something that brings out very positive partnerships that have lasted quite a number of years.
And when we talk about the SMEs, obviously we're expecting a showcasing from some of these SMEs at this particular Copperbelt Expo. But what would you say are the main benefits from this expo, especially amongst SMEs?
Amongst the SMEs, I think the primary benefit is growth and visibility on the markets, as well as having unlimited access to some of these big corporates and some of these synergies that are going to be fostered at the expo. Because obviously we are going to have, we have already partners like Mopani who have partnered with Prospera, and they are running training programs. So obviously priority is given to the SMEs that are going to be at the expo rather than the SMEs that are not participating. So I think growth, visibility, as well as registration under the vendors list and so much more.
All right, and just as we just get to conclude, just very quickly, Kirstan, would you encourage other smaller businesses or other growing companies to get on board with this innovative platform such as the Copperbelt Expo?
Definitely. I definitely think it is a platform for you to create awareness, let other businesses know about the services that you provide. I think that it will leverage you as a business, letting organizations know how you can assist them. And I would definitely recommend more organizations come on board as we look to grow Zambia and get businesses more effective and more efficient.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you to the both of you for joining us this morning. Kirstan Lewis from Reprographix Zambia, Sales and Development Director. Hellen Mulenga Banda as well from GROW LINKS Zambia, Head of Sales and Marketing. Thank you for coming through on the Diamond Breakfast today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. And maybe before I leave, just to mention that the expo is coming on next week. Thursday, we have the business forum on the 20th. The venue is Garden Court Hotel. And the 2 consecutive days, 21st and 22nd, those are exclusively for the exposition. So do come through, do get in touch with us in case you want to get on board. Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank
that's Hellen Mulenga Banda there from GROW LINKS Zambia. And that's our conversation, the Copperbelt Expo 2022. And if you're looking forward to having your cards done, like Amina has mentioned, Reprographix will be there. And if you are interested, you can reach out to GROW LINKS Zambia and be able to be a part of the Copperbelt Expo, right, Amina?
Yep, yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Kirstan, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for your
It is now time for a very quick break. We will be right back with more on the Diamond Breakfast. Stay tuned.